So what I am doing today is I am ranking the best of each individual move. The best jab in the game, the best forward tilt in the game, the best down tilt in the game, etc. with explanation. But I do have to think about it because I haven't really thought about it. So this is like on the fly. Do you want me to do? I don't want to do throws. That would be that's like stupid. So, for example, I'm just going to do the really easy one because fuck it. The best down tilt in the game is Rob's down tilt. This move is insane because it is frame 3 minus 5. So the only way that you can punish it is if you have, first off, really good reactions and a frame 5 or faster aerial if he's mashing it. But of course, if you go down tilt shield, there are maybe 7 moves in the game that can punish it, period, which is insane. Rob down tilt is probably the best ground normal, like the best move on the ground in general, like all smash attacks, all tilts, jabs, etc. Rob's down tilt is broken. Rob's down tilt is so good. And it combos across the stage, and it combos into itself, and it combos into dash attack, and it can pick up obviously the gyro, and it can just like, it sandwiches you between that and down B. It's insane. This move is so good. Down tilt is so good. Who's the best jab? I'm thinking it's either Croy or Inkling, probably. Bowser Jr.'s kills, but it doesn't matter. But you have to think about it. I think the best jab in the game is Chrom. This was very close, honestly. I think the second best jab in the game, well, Roy, but other than Chrom Roy is Inkling because of the ink mechanic, because obviously it does a ton of %, and then it's frame 2, I think, or is it frame 3? I think it's frame 3, actually, and it does a ton of damage, which is just really strong. But Chrom's jab is literally too versatile. It is pretty safe on shield. Yeah, it's frame 5, and it's minus 10, so in theory it can be shield grabbed by frame 6 shield grabs. Well, it can, but typically you're going to push them out of range, so it's not actually going to be that good. Like, you're not going to be able to shield grab it, so you need a really fast forward air out of shield, or a big up B, like Chrom's, or Roy's, or something like that. But that's typically not going to happen. So Chrom's, obviously, it combos for forever. Jab back air, jab forward air, jab up air, just Jair in general. It's just so versatile. It 2 frames, so you can actually jab back air on the ledge, which is insane. You can kind of just mash into people's face with very little worry. If you mix up like jab backdash and jab like enough, like you're probably going to be fine because they can't really parry. Like you can parry second jab, but if you do like jab dash grab as well as like a mix up if they're trying to hold shield or something like that, it's just so good. It's so strong. It's just, it combos for forever. And of course no sour spot because it's Chrom. So that's going to be the best jab in my opinion. Forward tilt, that's a hard one. Because my contenders right now would be Wolf, the Belmonts, and Kirby, and Terry. Or Squirtle. Oh, I forgot about Squirtle. Squirtle's F-tilt's broken. Toon Link's is really good too. The F-tilt's a hard one. I think the best forward tilt in the game, which this one's pretty contentious because there's a lot of good F-tilts, is Lucas. Lucas's is pretty safe on shield, as I think I just looked it up. It's like minus 10, which again, similar to what I said with Chrom's jab. It's very good. It is so strong. It's going to be a tool you can use in neutral a lot, and a big part is that it 2 frames. Lucas's, this fucker's F-tilt, 2 frames, and you can spam it. It's not even like a hard 2 frame. It's not even like, it's easy, and if you miss, it has no risk. Absolutely no risk. Lucas's forward tilt is so good, and it kills at like 100 at the ledge. It's so strong. It's just so good. Lucas's F-tilt is amazing. It's a strong kill move. It has a lot of range, big disjoint. You can angle it. Like, it's really strong, and it's not punishable. Because the other good F-tilts that I was considering, Wolf's, because it 2 frames and is strong, but it's punishable. Bowser's is amazing, and it also 2 frames, and it's stronger, but it's punishable. But Lucas's is just kind of that complete package, where he gets to basically do what he wants. And F-tilt, like, he plays a normal game, and then just like, F-tilt. And then, of course, like, the Belmonts is really good, but you can't angle it. So I feel like people have to run into it, but if people are being patient or, like, shield, or, like, jump or do anything, like, it's harder to bait as theirs, whereas Lucas's is like, cool, I threw you off stage. F-tilt. Where it doesn't, like, that's a huge use that it has over the Belmonts, who are also another good one. But, yeah, Lucas's, I think, is the best F-tilt in the game. Now we're on up tilt. There's a lot of good up tilts in this game, everybody. There's a lot of good up tilts. So, it's Snake. I think Snake beats Wario, but is it the Falco? Yeah, I think the best up tilt, if I really have to think about it, goes to Snake. It is a bit too versatile, and by versatile, I mean It's an incredible anti-air. It's really strong. You end up using it out of combos. Like, if you paired, like, most down throws in the game, you can get down throw, up tilt. That's really, really good. It obviously is the strongest up tilt in the game, other than probably, like, Ganon's. So, Snake's is wild, and it has, the sweet spot's really strong, the sour spot's really good. It's good. It's good in every situation. You can run up and up tilt, and of course, Snake has an amazing ground game, so if people have to jump around, like if you were paired with, like, good other, like, ground options in terms of, like, moves that are good to throw out on the ground, like, could you imagine, like, T-Jolt up tilt? Because, again, we're talking, like, making, like, the theory best character, right? Like, that would be insane. It would be so good to just, like, throw a move out and then just, like, you jumped up tilt. Like, the fact that you can just cover every jump with up tilt is wild. And, of course, yeah, you can, like, fast fall through it, but also if they just wait, like, it's broken. It's so good. Probably the second contender was, or the other two contenders were Falco and Wario. Because Wario, of course, it's huge, it's intangible, it combos. But again, like, on most characters, that's good as an anti-air, but I'd still rather have Snakes where it kills you, as opposed to, like, up tilt, up air. Like, the reason Wario's up tilt is good is because he has waft, you know? And Falco is very good, but I feel like part of the only reason it works is because Falco's jump is insane. So, like, if you have a worse jump, like, if you have a Falco up tilt with Snake, like, what is that, like, Snake's jump, or the Shoto's jump, or, like, Mii Sword Fighter's jump? Like, you're not doing anything. I feel like up tilt just wouldn't be worth it on most, like, statistics, whereas Snake's is always good because just doosh, just kills you at like 100. That's crazy, especially with Rage. This move's crazy. And staying on Snake, he has the best dash attack. Snake has the best dash attack in the whole game because it is so fast. It is frame 5. It zooms you across the stage. It is so good for juggling people. It sends at such a good angle. If people want to mash off, like, you dash attack and they want to mash a button, then you just dash attack again. It's crazy. It sends so far out. It is the greatest tool for just, like, play neutral. And, of course, it anti-airs. Granted, the hands aren't invincible, so it does ping with some stuff, but, like, Snake's is so good, and it is punishable. Don't get me wrong. But every single dash attack in the game is punishable, because the second best dash attack, in my opinion, would be Pika's. They're pretty close, but I think Pika's is worse because it doesn't really cross up. It crosses up in very particular situations, which are kind of, I don't even know when it crosses up personally, but like 99% of the time it's going to stay in front, and every character with an 8 frame or even a 9 frame grab or slower can just mash A when you shield it, and then you grab. So, like, that's really, really insane. Like, that's so good. And then the third best dash attack is probably Palu's, but Palu's is like dummy unsafe. It is invincible, but it's dummy unsafe, and it doesn't actually go that far, where Snake's zooms you across the stage, it sets you up for perfect edge guards, and it makes you not, like, it makes a slow character fast. So, like, the fact, if any character had that burst, like, that's wild. That is so good. Like, so again, technically Snake's dash attack is punishable, but you have to, like, stay in shield longer than you want because of the fact that, like, sometimes it's going to cross you up, sometimes it's not. So you can't do, like, aerials out of shield because you don't know if it's going to cross you up or not, and you might do the wrong aerial and whiff it. Like, even me, someone that has almost, like, infinite Snake experience, like, probably the best person against Snake in the world, can't always punish Snake dash attack and can't always tell when it's going to cross up or not, which is insane. There are other good dash attacks, like Greninja's and Pac-Man's, stuff like that. There was another one that I'm forgetting, but for the most part, it's going to be those. Like, those 3 are definitely the best 3. Forward Smash is next. Surprisingly, Little Mac does not win, I feel like, any of the Smash attacks. I feel like Little Mac's moves are actually all more punishable than people want to say, so it's actually not that good. Because the ones I'm thinking of right now, my really quick answer was Mario, but also Bowser Jr.'s F-Smash is really good, and Pikachu's F-Smash is really good, and Ivysaur's F-Smash is really good. Those are, like, the main ones. Or Pac-Man. Pac-Man's is f***ed up. I think the best forward smash in the game is Mario's. There's a lot of good forward smashes, don't get me wrong, and I can totally understand if you put, like, Pika's, or you put, like, what are the other characters that I just said? Bowser Jr., or you put, like, Snake's because it 2 frames, or, like, Sonic's or something like that. Like, there are a ton of good F smashes in this game, but I do think that Mario's is overall the best because of its safety. I feel like Mario's forward smash is unnecessarily safe for how strong it is and the utility that it has. Because you're like, well, Meta Knight's F smash is safer. But Mario's F-Smash, you can angle it up or down, which is obviously a big deal. And the fact that you can angle it down means that it 2 frames. So if you get a forward smash 2 frame at like 50, Mario kills. Also, the fact that Mario goes back so far when he forward smashes. When he pulls his body back, so much whiffs. Like, he can be standing there, and then you, like, use a move, and he just goes, whoop, duh. Like, that's insane. The hurtbox shifting of his forward smash is so good. Because, like, that's a lot of the thing about the other good up smashes in this game. Like, Pikachu's, for example, and Sonic's. They do move a little bit back, but god damn, Mario's does it so much, and it's so fast. So, yeah, forward smash 2-frame is absolutely insane. Pikachu, like, again, there are a lot of good F smashes. I won't necessarily disagree with a ton of them. Like, Bowser Jr.'s F smash is honestly super underrated because it's a lingering 2-framing F smash that kills at 60, but I think Mario is just better. Like, I think Mario's just better, and it's huge, and it's huge. So if you, like, forward smash on shield, it says it's minus 22, or minus 20 is the sweet spot, I think. I can't tell. So minus 22, and that shit is a quarter of a stage. So you have to drop shield, and you have 11 frames to punish it, and that's assuming it's not charged, which Mario's always going to have a slightly charged F smash, because he's just going to be like, da. And so it's like, it's going to be more like minus 18, which means you have 7 frames to punish it, which means Snake's dash attack can punish it, and that's it. That's like the only move in the game that can punish this forward smash, like, actually, if he's like mashing jab or like trying to shield. So of course you have the grab mix up, but then if you try to grab him, he just forward smashes again, and your Xbox shifts out of the way and then hits you with it. Yeah, it's broken. Down smash, I'm pretty sure, is easy. I'm like 99% sure it's like very simple. The best down smash in the game, I feel like this is by a pretty large margin, is Mr. Game & Watch, because it is dummy safe on shield. It hits both sides of him. It either buries you, which allows the majority of characters, like if you had Game & Watch's down smash on so many characters, they just die. Like, could you imagine Game & Watch down smash into Snake forward smash, or Game & Watch down smash into like Pac-Man forward smash, or Pika Thunder? There's so many good kill moves that this would lead into if you're making a theory character, and if it doesn't sweet spot, it hits you up and it kills you at like 110, or it sends you out into a tech chase situation, which is so good. Like, this move does it all, and it's almost entirely safe on shield. Like, it's not technically safe on shield because it is minus 16 or 15, so technically it isn't safe. But also, it's huge. Most characters would not have an aerial that punishes this, so you'd have to drop shield, and then you have 5 frames to punish it, which is literally like drop shield, 4-frame tilt move. Like, that's so crazy. That is so good. It is so good. And the fact that it just confirms that like 70% is insane. And of course, again, it 2 frames with either the out hit or the upward hit, which is so good. Like, I've died to that a ton of times. It is just so versatile. It hits on both sides. So it, like, if you're in a tech chase near the ledge, you just go down smash, and it covers every option. Because if they tech in place, they get buried. Like, assuming they're like near the ledge. If they tech in place or away, they get buried. If they don't tech, they get sent up, I think. I wouldn't know if it grounds if you're on the ground. And then, like, it also 2 frames, and then it also will hit the roll in. It is so good. It's so dumb. It's one of the best moves in the game. Speaking of which, let me know down in the comments below if you want me to do a video going over the new top 10 moves in the game, because my list has clearly changed from when I made the video, like, in the first month or 2 of the game. So if y'all want to see that, let me know, and also don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and the like button, and the notifications with the bell, because it helps, and you know it helps. You watch YouTube, you know it helps. Also, a contender for best down smash, probably the second best down smash in the game, and some people might agree with this, is Ness, because he has Yo-Yo, which 2 frames and sends at, like, terrible angle, which is broken. It's so good, but that's probably one of the other ones, but I think Game Watch is just more versatile, like, by far. Up smash. Up smash is hard. That's a difficult one to do. There are a lot of good up smashes. Cloud's is definitely up there. Cloud's, Mario's, Game & Watch's. I think Zero Suits is amazing. Rob's is so good. Palu's is good. Yeah, I think staying on the flat, man. I think Mr. Game & Watch is the best up smash. It is minus 8 on shield, and that's uncharged. You're always going to charge it. It has invincibility. It is dummy strong. It is like one of the strongest up smashes in the game. And the hard thing is, it is only 37 frames of activity, like total. So if you are going to like charge an up smash, right? I don't know what the release on the charge is. Yeah, so you can charge it on frame 15. So if they're charging an F smash and they release it, you only have 22 frames to actually like hit them. But because the animation is super ambiguous, you're not 100% sure when they release it. So you're going to really see it like the 18th or 20th frame of the move, and then you have to like actually react to it. and then punish it, which is basically impossible. So like Game & Watch Game & Watch's up smash into panic option or into roll or into spot dodge, it is so good. And again, it is incredibly strong and it has invincibility. The other up smashes, of course, that are very good would be most of the Mario characters like Mario and Luigi and Doc. I think Zero Suit's up smash is very good. I think Snake's up smash is very good. I think Palutena's is very good because of the ability to two-frame. But I think Game & Watch's up smash is just insane, and it is so strong. And of course, again, the animation is ambiguous, so it makes it harder to know. Oh, and also Cloud is very good too. There's a ton of good up smashes in this game, but I do think Game & Watch's does take the cake. So before we get into aerials, I do want to say that one of the most important things, if not the most important thing for me in terms of aerials, is their safety on shield, and if you can use them rising or not. I think rising aerials are significantly better than having to do falling aerials, so things that you can do rising and then still be safe, like let's say Game & Watch's Nair, Pikachu's forward air, are going to have huge bumps from me compared to a lot of the other moves that you have to use them one way or the other, because the more versatile a move is, the more situations you can use it in, so I think that's important. Nair is impossible to do. Palu Nair is definitely not the best Nair. This might also be Game & Watch. Like, Game & Watch's Nair is literally Palutena's Nair, but better in every way. So, like, my options right now are Game & Watch, Pika, and Link are the three that I think. So for the best Nair in the game, after looking at it, again, there are a ton of good Nairs, so some runner-ups are Game & Watch again, Pikachu, Peach's Nair is very good, Rob's Nair is very good, but I do think, and Ike's is also very good, but I do think that the best Nair overall in the game is going to be Shulk. Shulk's Nair is amazing. Because it's actually kind of slow, which is funny, like the slowness of it actually helps, is the fact that Rising Shulk Nair is so good. And of course, you don't have to use it as you can't use it as an add a shield option, but again, most of the other aerials we're probably going to put on the list are going to be great add a shield options, so you don't need every single move you have to be an add a shield option. Like, it's nice, but Nair is so good for Shulk. It is -2 and huge. It hits below the ledge, it can confirm into so much, whether it's Nair into grab, whether it's Nair into forward air, and this is all without Monados, right? Nair fair, Nair grab, Nair down tilt, all those things confirm. Of course, if you add his arts into it, which of course is a little bit more character specific, you can get like Buster Nair deactivate forward air and up B, which just, it's a kill confirm, and it would be a kill confirm with most characters. It's just his aerials are really slow, so they make them more technical. But like Shulk Nair into like, let's say like a Zero Suit back air would be so good. And again, the fact that it is as safe as it is and it hits behind him, like there are so many times I've seen Shulks run away from someone and do Nair, and then it goes entirely around him, whereas something like Zero Suit's Nair, which is also one of the best contenders, is like you have to use it landing. You have to use it in one way, and it only has one hitbox. Granted, it's broken, but I think Shulk's Nair is overall going to be a little bit better. Again, it is so safe. It is so massively big. Like, it's just everything you want, basically. Like, -2's messed up. Like, that's not okay. Forward air. There's a lot of good forward airs. There's a ton of good forward airs. This might be my bias showing, but I do think that the best forward air in the game is going to be Pikachu's. There's a couple good things about this. Again, it is not the fastest move, so it won't be used as the best out of shield option, but also, granted, most of the other forward airs aren't really great out of shield options. There aren't a ton of great out of shield forward airs. They're typically going to be your slower aerial, but Pikachu's Fair is the best forward air in the game, in my opinion, because you do rising fairs that are -6 on shield. A rising fair is -6. That's insane. So you basically get an almost safe move on every single out of shield option in the game, because it's also disjointed, it's big, and then it is safe. Like, that's insane. It is so good. The other top forward airs that I was thinking of was Palutena's was honestly the biggest one. Palutena's Fair is absolutely fantastic. But another thing that people like to talk about with Pikachu is his pancaking. So Pikachu's Fair, if you really want to, if you want to like land behind someone, is almost impossible to punish, because a landing fair on the back of someone is, I think, -10 or 11, which most back airs won't scoop that. You know, you can obviously do like uppies out of shield and stuff like that and it would hit it, but like the pancaking is real. It is really difficult. Granted, you can't really pancake grabs, unfortunately, with whatchamacallit, like forward air, because they just like will shield grab and it'll be slow enough that you won't actually, like, you won't be low enough when it happens. Like, you have to parry it to actually get the best parry or the best pancake effect for Pika, which is super funny. But yeah, Pika's Fair is broken. It also kills. You can spike with it, or you can do drag downs with it, so it's a combo tool. Like, it's a combo tool at 0. It's a combo tool at higher percents with landing fair. It kills. It is super lingering, so it's really good for ledge trapping. Like, it is insane. Like, Pika's Fair is just so good. Whose down air is the best? I think this one's going to surprise a lot of people, actually. I think the best down air in the game Oh, it's hard. It's really hard. I think the best downer in the game, I lied, it's not difficult at all. Rob's downer is broken. It lingers for so long. Yes, it's not an out of shield option, but Rob's down air is everything Ivysaur's down air wants to be and better. It stalls him in the air so it can actually help with his disadvantage quite like a little bit if someone's trying to be aggressive. Like the spike is active for how many frames? 7 frames. It is a 7-frame active move. Rob's down air is active for 7 frames. That is almost so easy. That's so easy to 2-frame with. Ivy's is like 2, and people made that look easy because it's huge. Rob's is huge and also just kills. Like, it's insane. Of course, the other good downers that I was considering was Ivysaur's, as I mentioned. Snake's is very good because it's an out of shield option, although that move is overrated because you can actually SDI out of it. But the one that I thought I was going to put was Yoshi. Yoshi's downer's broken, but it's not as broken as Rob's because Rob's just gets spikes for free, like all the time. Like, all the time. All the time. Have you seen a set where you don't get down aired by Rob? Yeah, it's probably because he side Bs you, because Rob's broken. But down air is insane. It lingers for so long and it's so stupid. Why does it? It's 7 frames. I was just playing Rob and it was so difficult to not hit, to mess up, because it's active for 7 whole frames of a spike. That's insane. Pikachu's is 2. Like, so many spikes are active for like 2 or 3 or even 1 frame, and Rob's is for 7. That's wild, and it's huge. It's huge. It's almost like as big as Shulk's down air. That's crazy. And for back air, we going back to my mans. I think Pikachu has the best back air in the game. I would say it's pretty close between Pikachu and Palutena. I think those are obviously the best 2 back airs in the game. I think it's not even close for anyone else. Like, not even a little bit close. Like, Mario's is -2, Inkling's is -2, sure. But Palutena's and Pikachu's are so much better because Palutena's is like -5 or -6 and invincible, and Pika's does everything. Pikachu's back air invalidates matchups. There are so many matchups where I literally go back air and I win. Like, at least 15 matchups, 17 matchups in the game. Back air is so good for Pikachu. Sure, it's not a kill move, but it's a 4-frame aerial that combos into basically whatever you want. Again, I'm imagining if you had a bunch of different moves, like, back air would combo into so much as Pika. Could you imagine back air, like, his back air would combo into, like, a Fox up tilt, or, like, a Yoshi up tilt, or just any, basically, like, if we're doing, like, the good moves, it would combo into Snake's dash attack, it would combo at low percents into Mario's forward smash, it has a landing hitbox that tech chases, it is very safe on shield, again, it pancakes, it's pretty safe on shield, you can be ambiguous with which side you want to be on. There's very few characters that can actively deal with Pikachu back air. It's so good. And of course, it always sends backwards. I literally just throw back air out and it's going to hit because it lingers for like half a second and it's going to hit you and it's going to hit you out. And then it's just a rinse and repeat. Sure, it's not going to kill you, but it puts you in such good situations. Like, again, let's go a little bit higher. Let's say you have back air for Pikachu and then you're edge guarding them and then you down air them as Rob, or you forward smash them as Mario. Like, it's insane. Like, you know, another good back air, obviously, what people would say is like Peach and Daisy back air, but they're really only good because float exists. But yeah, the fact that like Pika's back air auto cancels, it literally creates a mix up in itself, because if you're trying to punish the last hit of Pika's back air, like if you're doing like a normal short hop back air, you have to do something immediately. And that you can't do that because he has the landing hitbox, so you literally have to guess if he's going to do the landing hitbox or not, and I've been starting to use that more, which is insane. You know, another obviously really good Boker is Jack Air, yeah. Another good back air would be Joker. Joker's back air is insane, but, because it's just really fast. But again, I feel like rising back air can be punished. People are just kind of scared to punish it, whereas Pika's back air is not really punishable unless you have something like Chrom up B, or something that low profiles you on frame 1. So that's going to be the best back air. And I don't even have to think about up air. The best up air in the game is Game & Watch. Free. It's not even close. It is literally not close. There are other good up airs. There are other really, really good up airs. Like Rosa's up air is pretty good. I think Palutena's up air is very good. I think that Cloud's up air is very good. I think Mega Man's up air is very good. Mario's can kill you. Samus's is a juggle move. Fox deals 1,000,000,000%. Game & Watch's up air is way better than all of them. All of them. 100%. It's better than every single up air in the game by a lot, because it deals like 18%. You can't challenge it as the majority of characters because it's a multi-hit projectile that you can't make disappear. So he basically gets to throw it out. He throws out 2 in a full hop for free. It pressures platforms. It does 1,000,000,000%. It is just so insane. Like, you can't avoid it. So many of Meister's stocks are literally hitting someone with neutral air, because we're going to have that in this. Oh, wait, no, best air with Shulk. So you down throw them, and then, or up throw them, and then you up air, and then you up air, and then you up air, and then someone gets really impatient and swings down, and then he up smashes them, or down smashes them. It's wild. Game & Watch's up air is so good, and there are only very few characters that can hit, like, that can do a move to hit it, because the multi-hit rate is fast enough of their move, which would be, I think, Fox's down air, Palutena's nair, Ivysaur's nair, and stuff like that. But even so, if they do that to get through the up air, Game & Watch just does another one to punish the aerial. It just punishes him, and it has no landing lag. Like, you can spam it so much. Like, the reason it's just better objectively than Mega Man's, which is similar but kills, is Mega Man can only really throw out up airs when landing, because otherwise it is way too laggy, whereas Game & Watch gets 2 in a full hop. 2 in a full hop! That's crazy! That's so good! It is so good. I think it is absolutely insane that Game & Watch's up air is allowed to exist. I'm gonna make people mad with neutral B. I'm not saying Shulk, I don't think. I think the best neutral B is Pikachu's. Thunderjolt. I think Thunderjolt is the best neutral B in the game. There is an obviously insane one, which is Shulk. Shulk's neutral B is so dumb. Arts are insane. You kill people at like 0%, you deal 1,000,000,000%, you can cheat and not die, which is absolutely wild. However, Pikachu's Thunderjolt into approach option just wins. It wins me games. So remember how I was talking about, like, the thing about, like, the best of whatever is you want to invalidate characters. Pikachu's T-Jolt invalidates characters. It is one of the best camping tools in the entire game. It is the single best approaching option in the entire game. If I have Thunderjolt and run behind it as any character, that's f***ed up. Like, that's broken. Like, it's so good. It forces people to shield. It forces people to parry. The only characters that it doesn't do great against are characters that have reflectors and absorbs, but also you can bait those. Like, there are a ton of times when someone's going to reflect it and I just, like, jump above them, and as Pikachu, of course, I quick attack and then I punish them. You could do that for the majority of stuff. Like, PK Flash, sure, it's pretty good. Rob's Laser, Younglink's Arrow, there are a ton of, like, Charge Shot. Like, this, like, Samus's neutral B is so good. And again, as I mentioned, you have the arts, which are insane, and then you have Gun with Joker, which is, like, super versatile. But I think overall, T-Jolt's just better. It's an edge guarding tool, it's an edge trapping tool, it is an approaching tool, it's a camping tool, it is the most versatile thing, and it has no limit. Like, the thing about Shulk, the only reason that I'm not putting Monado up there is because if you use Shield Art, sometimes you still die, because you get hit out of Shield Art, or there's specific combos to, like, combo you out of Shield Art, or, you know, Smash Art, you suddenly got hit. Like, you still have to outplay your opponent pretty heavily when you are using an art, because it's just insane. Like, sure, it invalidates, like, rapid jabs and stuff like that, but it's dumb. Like, but it's really, it's still way harder to use it, whereas Pikachu's, you just kind of use it. You just use neutral B. Like, you just spam T-Jolt. Like, there's no reason not to T-Jolt. It's so good. And of course, the reason Pika's is better than Pichu's is because Pichu's hurts himself. And I would take those characteristics. So, like, it would hurt himself, which sucks. So, like, otherwise it's objectively better. Best side B. There's, like, only 2 that are in my head. I think that the best side B in the game is also I think it's Sonic. I think Spin Dash is the best side B in the game. The ability for him to just force people to approach. Could you imagine T-Jolt and then you're camping with side B? It's so good. Sonic Spin Dash is so good. Of course, you can't shield cancel it, but you just jump cancel it and then air dodge to the ground. It is one of the best whiff punishing tools in the entire game. It combos into stuff. It just does everything you want. It can help you recover. Like, if for some reason the character we have has bad air mobility, like, Sonic Spin Dash is so good. It's really difficult to punish, I'm not even gonna lie. Just Sonic Side B is just really, really good. It's really, really good. It's incredibly good. The obvious other second best one, in my opinion, like, I think these are the best 2 by a lot, would be Snakes. Nikita is insane. It is one of the best tools and advantage in the entire game, but also most characters, like especially the character we're creating here, would be able to edgeguard in many, many ways. So I don't really think that we need also Nikita. Like, if you have T-Jolt and Game & Watch up air and Rob down air and Pikachu back air and forward air, I don't really think you need Nikita. Not gonna lie. So I think Sonic Spin Dash would be more useful. Also, 2 other good ones would be Roy's Side B because it kills at -6%. Also, like, low-key, Puff side B is kind of broken. Pound is really, really good. It kind of confirms into everything that you would ever want. And also Robs. Those are like the other 3 really good ones. I think those are clearly top 5. But I think Sonic's is just better. Sonic's side B is so good. It's just good. Oh wait, this is literally easy. This is not even difficult. The best down B is Zero Suits. It's not even close. Zero Suits down B is the best move in the game. IMO, or one of the best moves in the entire game. Free. It is a disadvantage tool. It gets you anywhere you need to go. It is a spike that kills, which you can kill it. Like, imagine, like, Pikachu, you could, if you have the moves that we have on this list right now, you could easily do, like, Pika forward air into down B, or Pika back air into down B, or, like, could you imagine the mix-ups of, like, edge guarding with, like, T-Jolt and forward air and down B? Like, that'd be insane. Like, Xerxes down B is so messed up, and yes, it did get nerfed. It was objectively the single best move in the game before, and now it's probably still the best move in the game, just slightly worse. Because, like, it's so good. It's so useful. It buries the opponents, and of course you can't really get punishes, like heavy punishes off of it anymore, but that's assuming the opponent is completely ready for you to do stuff, like they don't mash. But you've still seen down B mash get kills at 60 or 70% because people aren't ready. Of course, there are a ton of other good down Bs, such as Luigi's because it's frame 1 invincible, Pikachu's because Thunder's kind of broken, C4 is really good, Waft is really good, Joker's is really good, although I don't consider this having Arsene, so it's kind of a little worse. Hero, his down B is kind of crazy. Bucket's also very good. Bomb is really good. Like, there's a ton of good down Bs. Turnip, Banana, like, there's a ton of good down Bs, but I do think that Zero Suits is just better. Like, I think Zero Suits is just most useful. It is the best one, and again, it's a disadvantage tool that kills you. What? That's wild. That's crazy. For up B, I don't think it's close. I think it's Game & Watch. I think Game & Watch's up B is the best up B. Game & Watch has mad moves on this list. I think the best up B is Game & Watch's. It's frame 3, it's invincible, it sets up into everything. Like, it's good. It's the best out of shield option by far in the game. It is so hard to edge guard. It's insane. It combos into up air and nair, which is both moves, or sorry, it still doesn't have nair, but it combos into Game & Watch up air. It immediately puts you into disadvantage for touching this person's shield. It is so versatile. It is so hard to mess with, and it's huge. Like, yeah, you can space around it, but if you're spacing around it, that means that Game & Watch or whatever character we have can, like, side B you as the Sonic, or like Sonic side B, or it can run back in T-Jolt. Like, up B is so good. The other best up B, in my opinion, again, it's not really that close. I think these are clearly the 2 best up Bs would be Pika's because Quick Attack is broken, but Quick Attack is really, really good, but Game & Watch's is still better. Like, it's a better disadvantage tool for, like, Pika, but also Game & Watch's up B is just so much better in neutral because it's frame 3, and it makes up for the fact that it didn't really put a lot of out-of-shield aerials. Between Pikachu's back air for big combos and Game & Watch up B, like, you never need another out-of-shield option, ever in the game. Game & Watch only needs 1. Mario only needs 1. Stuff like that. Like, it's so good. So I do think that Game & Watch has clearly the best up B. Again, Quick Attack's broken. There are a couple other good ones, but I do think that Game & Watch is the best. And for Zaire, there's only like 6 Zaires. It's definitely not Luigi's. Y'all are crazy if you think Luigi's the best. Yeah, I think the best Zaire in the game is Zero Suits. I think Lucas is the other really good one. I think that the other ones are way overrated. I think these are clearly the 2 best ones. Zero Suits is huge, and it puts you into tech chase situations. It also true combos into a lot of stuff if you're fast enough. Lucas's is really good. If you could include the double jump cancel Zaire with Lucas's, I'd probably put Lucas's, but also you don't really need that because you already have Rob Downtilt. So, like, you can get Zaire into anything, basically, you want. It's just good. It's one of the best camping tools in the entire game. Like, you're in the air and you don't want to throw T-Jolt, Zaire. Like, they're too close for you to T-Jolt, Zaire. And then Sonic side B. Like, it's insane. Like, it's so good. Like, Lucas's Zaire is better in some aspects, but also Zero Suits Zaire also combos. Like, Zaire combos into dash attack, combos into Zero Suits up B, combos into, like, forward tilt and stuff like that. Like, there's a lot. This is a really, really, really good stuff. But I think Zaire is the best. And, yeah, that's going to be about it for this one. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, social media, Panda, and partner stuff is down below. Let me know if you disagree, because I'm sure there are a lot of disagreements. But yeah, that's going to be it.